Hi, happy Monday. I'm Mrs. Hofer, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about capacity, what we talked about on Friday last week. But first, we're going to warm up our brains with some counting, and we're going to count the say 10 way, which is when we count our numbers between 10 and 20 using 10 and 1 for 11. So we're going to start with 1, and remember, we're going to start with and we're going to count across and then we'll keep going. So follow along with me using your hands. Okay, we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 10, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 4, 10, 5, 10, 6, 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9, 10, 10. We made it all the way to 20. That's right. If I say 10, 1, that's the number 11. All right. What would 10, 3 be? Can you tell me what number that would be? Ready, set, 13. Right. 10, 5 would be 15. Good. What would 10, 10 be? Ooh, that's a tough one. 10, 10 is 20. Right. So that's called counting the say 10 way, or sometimes we call it the math way. So I want you to practice counting though every day, because our goal is for you to be able to count to 100 or more and to count by tens to 100. So I want you to practice with a grown-up or someone that you know knows how to count to 100 so they can listen and make sure you don't skip any numbers. Okay? Because it's really easy to start counting and then skip numbers and make a mistake and no one heard it, so you don't know that you made a mistake. So make sure someone's listening to you when you count, okay? And try to get to 100 or more, all right? So today we're going to talk about capacity, and we're going to warm up with a little bit of Play-Doh. So if you don't already have your Play-Doh out, go ahead and get some, or if you don't, you can just watch me. But we're going to make a container. Now, a container does what? That's right, a container holds things. So our container today should be big enough to hold a strawberry. Let's make it big enough to hold a strawberry. How big are strawberries? Not that big, right? Maybe about like that, maybe. So our container doesn't need to be super big, does it? Doesn't need to hold a lot, because I just said one strawberry, not 3 or 4 or 5. So, are you making your container while I'm making mine? Okay, so here's my container. I think that that's big enough to hold one strawberry. Maybe a little too big. Who knows? I don't have a strawberry here to try it, but maybe you do at home. Okay, and then I don't know if I have enough Play-Doh. I need to make another container that's a vase. Ooh, vases. Now, vases are usually kind of tall, right? And they hold water for a flower, but we're just going to make one for a teeny tiny flower. But I'm going to try to make it a little taller than my container that was holding my strawberry. Okay, I wonder which container. Let's see. Here's this container. There's my vase that's going to hold my little bitty flower. Do you think my container that is holding my strawberry has more capacity than my container that holds my flower? How would I know? Well, we're going to talk about that today. We're going to compare some containers to see which one has more or less capacity. And what does that look like, the different containers, when I put things in it, and the capacity is how much it can hold. That's right. The word capacity means how much can a container hold. Okay, your hands can hold something too, right? Okay, so I am going to get out my rice and all my containers, and I will be right back. Okay, you can see that I have several containers here of different sizes and shapes, and then I have my really big container right here. Is it full? Not completely full. It's about half full of rice, okay? And I'm going to talk some more about capacity. So I want to know what the capacity is of this container. So before we do that, though, I want you to get out your paper that looks like this. This is for lesson 14, okay? And we're going to kind of fill this in together today. So get this paper and a pencil so that you can do it with me, okay? So we are going to fill this container full with rice, okay? So I have a little cup here I'm going to use to scoop that out, okay? And I just want to fill it full. Ready? There's 1, 2, 3. That's not full yet, is it? Maybe, almost. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. I also have a tray over here so that I can put it on here. Let me scoop this stuff over. I can put that on there and you can see that my container is full. It goes all the way to the top. That's how I know that it's full. So in this first box right here, you are going to draw a container, and my container is the shape of a rectangle. So I'm going to draw my container, and I am going to, boy, that's a tricky one, but it's going to look full, right? So I'm going to draw it completely full all the way to the top. Okay, and I just colored that in. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, but now I'm going to take that same amount of rice and I'm going to put it in a different container and see if it can fill it up, okay? So I'm going to see if this vase has more or less capacity than our rectangle container, okay? I'm going to use a funnel to kind of help me make sure that I don't spill my rice all over, or at least if it spills, it gets on my tray. So we're going to dump this in. We kind of have to shake it to get it to go. Do you think that this vase is going to hold more or less? Is it going to have more capacity or less capacity than our square container? I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. So I've poured it all in. It's empty now. Okay. And then I'm going to take the funnel and pour that in. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh. What happened to all my rice? Why is it not all the way at the top? That's right, because this container has more capacity than our other container. So what does that one look like? So we're going to draw that one on our paper in the next box. And let's see. That one doesn't go up very far, does it? So I'm only going to color that one to go up part of the way to show that now my rice in that container doesn't fill it. Okay. All right. So now I wonder what container we should try next. So this one isn't full. It only went up part of the way. I spilled a little bit, but not very much. But this container just has more or bigger capacity than this container. All right, let's see. Let's try this container. Do you think this container, will the rice fill it or will it leave some space? I think I can pour this one without the funnel. So let's pour this one in. Is it going to fill it all the way up? Oh, no. It was, there's not much space left. So this one doesn't have as big of a capacity as this container. This one held more, didn't it? But it does have more capacity than this container. So we're going to draw that one. And if I'm going too fast, you can stop the tape and do your work and then turn it back on. So we're going to draw this cup. And then we're going to draw a line as about how far up the rice went on this container. So it's a cup, okay? And then we're going to do one more. We're going to pick one more container. So go ahead and finish your cup. Let's see. What do we think? Should we try this container? Do you think all the rice will fill this container? What will happen? Let's see. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? Oh, no. If I keep pouring, what's going to happen? It's going to spill over the sides because it has a smaller capacity than the one we started with. And so the rice doesn't fit all in there. So this one's just a smaller container, but it is full. It goes all the way to the top. And then I'm going to put some rice on the ground because if I would have dumped that out, it would have poured and some of it would have went out of the container because there wasn't enough room for all of the rice. Okay, if I pour this back in here, what do you think is going to happen? That's right, it's going to fill it right back up. Well, not yet, right? I have to pour this cup and what's left in this cup to fill this one back up, right? Okay, there we go. So tomorrow we are going to be measuring out scoops, but you can get some containers. If you ask your grown-up at home, get some containers. You can use rice or you could use water. Like I told you on Friday, you could also do this in the bathtub, right? You could practice and see which containers have the most capacity. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.